It's a no holds barred. I was going to do an Irish accent, but then I didn't since it's March.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mm-mm.
I never knew me father.
Come on, Charlie.
Come on, Charlie. We're here to save wrestling. That's a Scottish one.
Yeah, that's the other one. We are very zoomed in as well.
I know.
Hello. This is No Holds Barred. JT and Aaron taking you through a menagerie of nonsense in the world of wrestling and beyond, where no holds is barred. We are simulcast here every other Friday on the North South Connection, audio on most podcast applications, except for those losers at Spotify, and video on our YouTube channel, North South Connection. Subscribe. A lot of great content. Of course, we're into WrestleMania season, hot and heavy now. So we're previewing, everything about this year's show. We'll have fallout from the show, and we're doing a lot of classic WrestleMania topics as well. You know, Aaron, you and I recently did an entire project rebooking the 95-96 pay-per-view season WWF, and we wrapped recently with WrestleMania 12. So go back if you want to relive. I thought we did a really good job kind of taking that through, right? We also have WWE War that's going to be out there where Marcus and I are covering WrestleMania 12 as well. So a lot of kind of mid-90s WrestleMania stuff out there. We'll have drafts. We've got tier lists, everything else cooking here at WrestleMania season. And while this is not WrestleMania proper, Aaron, as a topic, it's adjacent.
WrestleMania adjacent, yes. I was going to say that.
It engrosses parts of WrestleMania.
Some WrestleManias.
Some.
Alarming. Way less than I thought. I was going to think... I always thought the distribution of WrestleManias was like equal March, April, but it's way more April.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's more the recent ones. I think if you look up until like the last 10 years, 12 years, I think there were a lot more March ones. I feel like they really went April heavy once you get to like the mid 20s of WrestleManias, maybe like the last 15 or so.
Yeah, then it's like all April, yeah.
Yeah. And now we're like mid-April. We're like late April the last few. So
I know you think back to WrestleMania 18, it was like middle of March.
It was St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, it was St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. Which made it was that what was your earliest? Was it 20? I think 20 was like March 14th or something. That may be the earliest, I think, WrestleMania. So so we started this project a couple months ago. We're going through every calendar month of the year. And we are taking the best matches from that month pay-per-view / PLE and ranking them. So what we've done is we've taken our 25 highest graded March pay-per-view matches and we're going to reveal them one by one, but they're not in order as we reveal them. We're going to rank them as we go. So we've done this for January and February.
Are you wearing two hoodies?
I have like a cutoff hoodie underneath.
Okay, yeah, because it's the strings. I was confused by the strings. And I'm sure other people were confused, so I figured I'd bring it up.
So I can do Glorious.
Go on.
Now, if I recall, and I should call out as well, we have producer Dr. Toolman Tim Taylor with us doing our graphics work and our randomizations. Tim, can you remind us? I know we had some house cleaning to do. We screwed up, I believe, a couple times. Or Aaron, if you remember, I believe in our February list, we included a match or two that we should not have, right? I believe we included Elimination Chamber 25 with the John Cena turn. I believe it was March 1st. And I think there might have been another match that we included that we shouldn't have either, if you recall.
Yeah, it was like a multi-man match from Fastlane 2022 or something.
Yeah, it was something random.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking a look through and see if I can.
Anyway, we were wrong.
Yeah. The biggest one was the Chamber with Cena. So we did not include it, though, since we already ranked it and talked about it. Like, we can maybe say at the end, like, if we would have it in here. Because March was a little light. Like, we've kind of used 4 stars as our cutoff, like, of our tier. And, like, the last couple of months, we've had honorable mentions, and we didn't really have any, like, glaring honorable mentions this time.
No, not at all.
The 2018 Fastlane 6-pack challenge was March.
That's it.
All right. So that, and then Chamber 25. So if you watched February, if you called it out in the comments, that's fine, whatever. We're going to try and be a little tighter. We kind of came up with this idea like last second in January, and I don't think we realized kind of like some of those, lingering ones that may leak in here.
It's the sneaky things, right? Like you associate Fastlane with February and
Rumble with January. Like we screwed that up, I think, too. Like, didn't we included the Rumble that was like in February that year, and in the January, I think we did that. So we haven't been as crisp, but we will be going forward for sure. So again, no real honorable mentions. I guess like Oh, we'll call them out at the end. We can call them at the end. All right. So we've got 25 matches, Aaron, that you and I pretty much, at least one of us had at 4 stars.
Yeah.
Some one of us were lower, but we all at least had one of us at least had each of these at 4 stars. So what we'll do is we'll reveal them one at a time. If you've watched any of the no-sell countdowns that Ryan Gray and I do before live PLEs, usually for the big ones we do this, it's the same concept. So we're going to reveal one match at a time, and then we'll rank high low as they come out.
Yeah.
And then we'll end up with a final list, and we'll kind of negotiate at the end. All right, let's get into it with our first March match, Mr. Producer Tim, and that is WrestleMania 31, the IC title ladder match. And it's an exciting one. So it's got Daniel Bryan, Bad News Barrett, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, R-Truth,
the champion,
and Stardust.
Yeah, like Luke Harper was the champion going into this. That's always something that's like a weird anomaly about this match. This is a really fun ladder match. Like I liked it a lot. I really like the ending with Bryan and Ziggler headbutting the shit out of each other on the ladder.
Yep.
I think it gets lost in a lot of ladder matches, though.
Yeah, there's a couple of interesting points to it too, right? It's like Bryan had just come back from the year off, and this is basically like his last match, right? Like he may have something on TV, I think, but I don't think he even makes it to the next pay-per-view as IC champion. Like, and they were, the concept here was with Brock as world champion, which would end on this night. But with Brock as world champion, they were going to have the world title defended a little bit less on TV with the one belt, and have IC belts kind of drive Raw and the US title drive SmackDown. And they were going to be elevated as like high level championship belts, right? And that's how they kind of divvy these up. So Bryan as IC champion was meant to be like the workhorse showcase star of Raw when the world title was over on SmackDown, right? Because the world title was going to kind of oscillate at that point. So, so that was kind of the concept behind this. And the headbutts are great, but it also is like an ugly sign because, right, the lesions on his brain and all that stuff that comes out after that ends up forcing him into, early retirement for a few years before he gets a clean bill of health. Like, it makes it a little bit rougher to watch at times in this. It's definitely one of the best openers in WrestleMania history, though, for sure.
It's great.
It's up there with all the Money in the Banks and everything.
Yeah. I just feel like it's like by this point, like these multi-man ladder matches, I think once you get to this era, there's only really one that stands out for me, and it's the one from TakeOver New Orleans. I feel all the other ones just kind of feel like the same type of match. I'm not meaning that as a criticism, but that's why I don't have it like ranked super high, because it's just another ladder match in a list of them.
I do. The TakeOver New Orleans match to me is
it's amazing.
Oh yeah, we'll be talking about it on NXT. Our No-So Takeover, we do all the takeovers with Jenny Smith. That's every other Thursday. And we're getting closer to New Orleans. And that, I mean, not to spoil too much, but that's like a perfect match for me. So like, this is not quite that.
It's like the final form of that match, it feels like.
Yeah. Like, to me, I have this around more like 4.25, right? And I haven't watched WrestleMania 31 in a while. So, but that's about where I had it. So, all right. So our number one for right now. We'll see how long it lasts.
We'll see what happens. I doubt it'll win.
All right, this is an interesting one. Right away, we have to get into it. We have Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit from WrestleMania 20, and we've been pretty straightforward. We do a lot of lists, both on this show and North-South Connection. We talk, and even Wrestling Warzone, where Chad and I go through we talk Benoit every episode. Like, it is what it is at this point. Like, we're going to talk about it. We're not going to aggrandize, what he did in his real life, whatever it is, right? But we're going to talk about the matches and the moves, and this is where we're at this point. We're not in any way justifying it or, even telling you to go rewatch this shit. Like, I don't like rewatching it, but
no.
And this is a tough one to rewatch. I was there live, and, the moment was amazing. Like, watching the climb of Benoit from like 98 and the clamoring of him to become the top guy for years and years, and you never thought it was going to happen. And then he finally breaks through at the Rumble. We talked about that. We did the January list. And Ryan and I talked about it quite a bit on some of the other Rumble projects we did. And then you get to here, and even on this night, you're still feeling like they're going to find a way to screw him, right? Because the big rumor was Backlash was in Edmonton. Triple H would retain here, and then Benoit would win at home. And that was like definitely a rumor at the time going. So even when they get into that final sequence where Triple H rolls through the crossface, and you get that groan from the crowd. And then Benoit rolls back through into the tap. Is such a visceral moment. The spot too where Sean or Hunter's blocking Sean's hand from tapping out while in the crossface. And there was also a lot of anger when Sean got added to this match, if you remember as well. Like,
yeah, but I was going to bring that up, and I think that there was anger, but the match is better, way better for it.
100%. Yes. Yeah. I think in the end, in hindsight, yes. But at the time, it was like Benoit can never have his moment, because Sean and Hunter had the great match on Raw, but then it was kind of diminishing returns from there with them. And it was kind of like
match was really boring, if I remember right.
And the way he got put in this match was stupid too, where he super kicked Benoit and signed the contract. Like, it was just dumb. So there was definitely a lot of angst around him being in there. But it ends up ratcheting the match. I'm a 5 on this.
Me too.
And it's probably one of the most perfect triple threat matches in company history. Not tag, not gimmick, just a straight 3-person triple threat match. And when you layer in the crowd in the moment, and yes, it is tough to go back and rewatch, especially the end with him and Eddie and the families, like, is brutal. But the match itself still completely holds up.
100%. So I would say it's safely 1 for now. We'll see if we have a couple of matches in this list coming up that we both have 5 on.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if those kind of knock it down a little bit because of all the bullshit around it.
Yep.
Oh, here's number 1.
Yeah, I think we've, I don't want to shortchange this, but I feel like we've talked ad nauseum on this match, honestly. Like,
yeah,
both in our, like, didn't we break down WrestleMania 13 at one point? I think we did, right?
It's Bret Hart, Steve Austin, for anybody
not watching. I think we rewatched WrestleMania 13 on this show at one point. We talked about it. We've talked about it on our WWE matches list, right? Where I think we both had it number 1. I know I did.
Number 2, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. Ryan and I, we ranked every WrestleMania match ever. We had it number 1. I talked about a Wrestling Wars. So, like, I've covered it to death.
But it's also closest to the consensus number 1 match that you'll probably ever get. So, like, in company history, never mind March. So,
and I think it'll be fun at the end of this year to, like, rank the months, right? Like, and this is going to carry a lot of water for March, right?
Of course.
And it's not alone in carrying that water.
So heavy hitters.
Yeah. So easy number 1 is going to be tough to knock it from the perch. I don't think we need to spend much more time. It's a perfect match.
Perfect match. And another almost.
Oh my God.
Match. This is random. So this is The Rock and Hollywood Hogan, icon from WrestleMania X8. And honestly, another pretty perfect match. Like, but this one I feel is kind of a perfect match by accident. Almost.
Yeah.
Like, because like, that's it. Like, whereas like Bret Hart and Steve Austin, it's kind of an amazingly worked match. This is an amazing example of how to work a crowd and how to move when a crowd moves. And every single moment in this match was bid on. The Hulk up spot. I would say that Hulk up spot that Hogan has is probably a top 5 Mania moment of all time, because like it's this amazing catharsis of like, oh my God, he's back. And I mean, Rock going over was clearly the right call, but I'm almost surprised they didn't call an audible at the moment. And like,
yeah, I know. I mean, and honestly, it's one of my favorite wrestling memories of a show I wasn't live for. It was St. Patrick's Day, senior year. We had the illegal box in our room. We had a big St. Patrick's Day party, and like all these people were filing in and out throughout the show. And our room maxed at capacity for this match. Like, we had everyone in there, people that weren't even wrestling fans, but were like remembered Hogan. Like,
of course. Yeah.
So we had a packed room of drunk college idiots on St. Patrick's Day, just losing their shit. Like, it was the closest I've come, like, again, not being live, watching something on TV, a wrestling match, and feeling like I was like rooting on my sports team. Like, everyone's cheering and high-fiving, and it was very pro Hogan. Like, they were pissed when Hogan lost.
Yeah.
But it was one of those matches you don't expect, right? You go into this match, you're like, okay, well, if it's 2.5, 2 3/4, Hogan don't die. I'll just get through it.
And the build wasn't that great either. Like, with the semi truck and the cinder blocks.
And everyone wanted Hogan Austin. So there were a lot of people that were kind of like aggravated by the match. Like, they wanted Hogan Austin. That was the match. But it's an all-timer. It's one of those matches where, it's like a Hogan Andre and others where you have to put aside the work, right? And just look at what the wrestling is meant to be it was never going to be more than this, and they perfected exactly what they needed to do on that night. And like you said, it's a masterclass in not only crowd manipulation, but also crowd ad-libbing in response, like what wrestling should be.
Yeah.
And instead of forcing the story, they went completely counter to it. So,
and both guys are so good at both heel and face roles that they're able to just almost seamlessly switch.
Yeah. So number 2 for right now, most months this is a contender for 1 for sure.
Yeah. I would put it ahead of the triple threat for sure.
Oh yeah, ahead of triple threat, but below Austin Brett.
Yes, and I would say ahead of the triple threat, nothing to do with Benoit. I just think this is a better wrestling experience.
Yeah. And I mean, we're not gonna have many months out of I feel like 3 5s in a row like that.
Yeah.
Let's see what's next.
Another 5.
No, not quite.
This is good.
Yeah.
So this is Steve Austin against Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 14.
Yep.
And every time this is a match that every time I watch it, I like it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more. And I think I've liked it up to like a good 4-star match. And I think Michaels actually does, considering the shape he was in, he is really strong in this match. Yeah. Like he's really fascinating and he's working hard, and you could see him getting angry at the crowd for flipping him off, and you could see him working through the pain, but it never comes at the expense of the match, the pain. And I think the only knock on this at all is I don't love the fast count at the end. I love them fighting near the band.
I know, that's always been my issue too.
Yeah. I mean, he would have had him anyway with the stunner, but I like the fight in the crowd. I think Michael's entrance on this match is like the most legit he's ever looked at anything.
It's not quite Orange Theory, but like the
no.
having the DX band play him out was awesome. Like it was gritty. Yeah. It felt like like the peak of that DX era, which it was.
And he's mad. Like look, I'm never going to say I'm on the level or anything like that, but I know when I've done theater shows, hurt or sick, and I didn't really want to be there, I go out with a chip on my shoulder, and like they end up being good shows because you're just so you have to put that anger energy somewhere, right? And he does here, and the result is great. And I think this is one of the first times where we get like the reverse finish kind of thing. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm at a 4 stars too. When Ryan and I ranked every Mania match, we had this at 48. So like it's high. It's a top 50 Mania match. In an all-time moment. Austin wins. The Tyson payoff, and when you factor in Michael's back injury, like it goes a long way. So unfortunately, this list it's already what 5th, 4th or 5th.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna put it 4th. right below the triple threat, ahead of the ladder match.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I actually have the ladder match graded a little higher, but when you layer in the historical importance, you're a little bit higher on this. I'm not quibbling on it.
I could see an argument where this is ahead of the triple threat. I'm not ready to make it, but because of the importance, I could see it.
I just think the triple threat's better. And I also think it's important to its era as well. Like you could argue Austin's going to be crowned as a star no matter when he wins. like he could have lost here and won at SummerSlam against Undertaker, and it's all the same. Same as Benoit. Like Benoit getting crowned in that moment meant a ton in that moment,
Yeah. Even though they botched it right after with him fighting Kane. And
you can argue they botch Austin as champion as well a little bit. Like he's got the good stuff with Dude Love, but like him as champion, like he loses to Kane and wins it back. It's like,
But you know what? He was not a good defending champion.
No, I know. That's what I mean. So like you could argue him as champion isn't like the best reign ever coming off of this.
No.
But the matches are great. All right, what's next?
Oh, I love this match. This is Hogan McMahon from WrestleMania 19.
This list is stacked like a Saturday Night event. Like we're hitting all the hot stuff out of the gate.
I know.
I'm a 5 on this too, man. I'm a 5 on Hogan McMahon.
I'm a 4 3/4, but I could easily be talked to a 5. I think this thing, it's the same conversation as Austin Rock. Like it's not about the work in the match. It's about the emotion, the drama, the camera shots of Vince rising up with the blood on his face, the Piper interference. I would even say the video package it makes you sad before the match. Like sad that this has come to this.
Yeah.
I created Hulkamania. Like I love it. I love the Hulk up. And it's a brutal match. Like
they beat the shit out of each other.
They beat the shit out.
It's another one like the year before. You come in with not a lot of expectation. Oh, this is gonna be stupid. Like they're gonna be the tool. Like, and then they just fucking find the fastball. Ryan and I had it 27th all time, like it was WrestleMania match. So
it's crazy. It's crazy. You would
a
never
top quarter match, you know.
Yeah.
Well, more than top quarter, I should say, because it's 400. So it's real high. Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely at a 5 easy. I love the Piper tease in the video package, like that they do the week before or whatever. And then he shows up and the pop is like crazy. You get the peering over the ring, the bloody, with the pipe, the middle fingers, like it's
on the stretcher.
It's a classic. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's below Hogan Rock just because of Hogan Rock and the atmosphere, what it means. I think I have it over the triple threat. I don't know.
I would have it over the triple threat as well.
Yeah.
Like, because remember, like I think there's a difference between how you grade a technical match versus is a match great. I mean, we're going to get to that in a little bit, I'm sure. But
but the triple threat is great. I don't think it's just technical.
Yes.
Like the drama, the spot, like it is like a great match. Like in some months, I would say it's probably number one, but it's just like stacked, like it's just up against some real fucking big matches, you know?
Yeah, but what I mean is when I look at this match, it's nowhere near as technically proficient as the triple threat.
No.
But the emotion is just so much more and so much stronger for me. And the drama in the match. Like I love this match. I'm here for it being high.
All right. Another great match. It's same show, WrestleMania 19, Steve Austin and The Rock. All right. So I've always really liked this match. I've kind of been a truther of 19. I've always said, it's better than I know it's not really better than the one at 17, but I do like it. I do really like it quite a bit. And I do think it's kind of forgotten a little bit at the time. When you look at the series, I think everyone was the first one at 15. Obviously I remember 17, but we had this at 28. So we had this right behind Hogan Vince on our all-time list. I'd probably on this list not slot it quite there because I think it is below the triple threat, but I would agree. It feels like a love letter to their rivalry and their era. Like I'm always been a guy that looks at 19 as the end of the Attitude Era more than 17. I think 17 is the peak and 19 is the end. And this to me felt like, they started the Attitude Era together in 1997, pretty much in December.
And they ended here.
Because the next match on this show starts the new era with Brock and Kurt and the new style and all that, right? So to me, this always felt like the end of Attitude, the Wars, all that shit. With the shades of gray, like all that stuff we got. This felt like the farewell, and they do each other's finishers, and it's Austin's, pretty much his last match, right?
Rock was his best.
Yeah, until years later, like 2022, right? It's his last match for 20 years
19
or whatever.
years, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
it's special. Rock finally wins, which is nice too. You could tell it meant a lot to him.
Plus, you get all the backstory from the movie that they did with Austin being in the hospital and having the panic attack and all that stuff. Adds to it as well.
And it's the culmination of one of the greatest characters ever in Hollywood Rock, right? Like the build up to this is incredible with him and the hurricane and all that nonsense.
I love this match. Like I think it holds up. I just think it's a really cool tribute to an era and tribute to this rivalry. Yeah, to have them fight one more time.
Agreed.
And they fight 3 times in 5 years, right? They fight every other year for 5 years. So it's a cool touch.
Yeah. So look, I'm at I'm good with putting it ahead of Michaels and Austin.
I think yes, for sure.
But below the triple threat.
Yeah, I think it's significantly below match grade wise.
Okay.
So I think we clearly have our A tier right now, and it's got 4 or 5 star matches. And guess what? We still have like
a couple,
a few more 5 stars to come. So this is a very top heavy list. It's not a lot of depth, but it's very fucking top heavy.
Yeah. Okay, so Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho from the same show, WrestleMania 19.
It tells you how loaded this card is, though. Like we already had, and we still, I think we at least have another one. Like we have 3 matches already on this list from this one show, and it's a month that's loaded with stuff.
Yeah. This is a really cool match. This was kind of the match that because I know Michaels came back and he fought Triple H in the street fight and then was in the Elimination Chamber, but this was like his first really big technical match back, right? Like fighting against someone who you were expecting like a catch can style from him. I thought Jericho was a really interesting opponent for him. I thought the match flowed really well. I'm at 4.25 for it. And I really like the post-match stuff too, with the kick in the nuts and the hugging him. And
Michaels, you didn't know what he still had. You know, like he had the great match at SummerSlam, like I said. Then they had the Chamber, and he wasn't a full-time guy yet. And it was an interesting choice for Mania, where they were headed with him, right? And the
three-stage hell wasn't good at Armageddon that year either.
Right. And then they have the cool spot in the Rumble where Jericho takes him out. And the Michaels comes back and fights him. So yeah, this is just a really good match. It's below like the classic Michael stuff because he's got so much good Mania stuff.
Yeah.
Jericho kind of needed this low key as well, you know, like
because he floundered for that year after being champion. They didn't really know
even the match of Mania 18 was disappointing. Yeah. 17 was okay. 16, like he hadn't really had a Mania classic yet. They'll have better stuff later, but
will he? Oh, will he?
No, they will. The two of them will.
Oh, they will, yes. But I'm curious if this is Jericho's best WrestleMania match. It might be.
Well, depends how you view Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah. Best singles for sure.
Yeah, and I think him and Christian isn't far off, honestly. So I would have this below Austin Michaels right there, though, I think. Above the ladder, IC ladder.
Okay. So second, yeah, that's fine with me.
I just think Michaels Austin means more.
No. Look, I agree. I have Michaels Jericho rated higher, but Austin Michaels is way more important.
Yeah, there's slight difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have Jesus Christ. All right. WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. So I think I think we have to do with these big matches. I think we've talked about them a lot. I think we have to slot them gut, and then at the end we're gonna have to just like get into the minutia of some of them. Sure. This is similar to Hogan Rock to me. Same concepts. I don't have it above Brett Austin.
No, I wouldn't either.
Would you have it above Rock and Hogan though?
I would, but that's me and my own person. I understand who I am and what I like. I understand my ranking on this is very different than everyone else's. But to me, and I did a whole video just on this match. It's in the archives of the North-South Connection, talking about why it should be considered one of, if not the greatest match of all time. So I would put it ahead of Rock Austin. I understand though that that's not your view of it. So like I'm okay knocking it down. Like
so pure grade wise, I'd have it below Hogan Rock, below Vince Hogan, below the Triple Threat. But I understand we're talking the greatest March matches, and that doesn't when we said this out of the gate, like we're not just basing it on our grades. We're not just basing it because if we're doing that, we can run the math and be done, right? So like
just put the grades,
we're not just doing it based on grade. And it's similar to what Ryan and I did. Like, I don't keep referencing it, but it's just my reference point right now. Like,
of course.
We took the whole thing in totality, right? When we rank these matches. So to me, whatever I give it as an in-ring grade, like
it almost doesn't matter. It
it's
doesn't matter.
More of a frame of reference for us, you know? So it doesn't matter as much to me. Like, it helps us narrow down the matches to which to include, right? So like we had Hogan Andre. I want to see how high we went. We went 5 all time for Mania.
That's really
that's
strong,
all Manias. That's not just March, right? So we had it above Hogan Rock by 1 spot when we ranked every Mania match ever. So I'm going to trust my history of the conversation and the ranking that we did 2 years ago.
There.
And I would have it number 2 right now behind Brett and Austin.
I'm not going to push at all for it to go higher. I don't think it should. Even in my own personal rankings, I'd have Brett and Austin number 1. But there's definitely an argument to be made it could be number 1 in terms of importance and spectacle. And I think that's a legitimate case with this match. I don't think it needs to be made now, but like I think people sleep on this
There is
match.
one other one I would have above it. We'll talk about.
And
when you look at when we ranked every match, just the March matches, it's I believe 3rd for us, I think. So we'll see. All right, what's next, Tim?
Hopefully it doesn't come up right now. It does not.
Nope. Yeah, this is good though.
This is super sneaky. Like this is a match that I think people sleep on a lot because when you think of WrestleMania 24, you're thinking of Shawn and Rick. You're thinking of Edge and Undertaker finishing. But Cena versus Triple H
Mayweather,
versus,
even. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mayweather for sure. This is like an amazing little sprint that has a really great surprise ending with Orton winning it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything, but I think it's kind of a forgotten great main event of the 2000s.
Yeah, and it's low key got the three biggest stars from that year, right? Cena had come back from the arm injury, but like he dominated 07. Triple H Triple H dominated the back end of 07 when he came back from injury. When Cena went out, they kind of switched spots. And Orton was great throughout 07. That was kind of his resurgence year after all the drug stuff and being a punk and all the, all that shit. This is kind of his stabilizing year. So they were the three biggest guys, like outside of Taker and Edge, like coming into this Mania. So putting the three of them in the ring together, low key is like if they would have done like Hogan, Savage, and Warrior in 90. You know what I mean? Like something like that, right? Like, or Brett, Shawn, and Taker in 95, right? Something like that, right? Or 96, whatever. Like, it's kind of on that level when you look at the guys of the time. And you get the Cena, is this the Eminem entrance? Or no, this is the marching band, which is also great. I think it's a marching band. Eminem's the next year, I think. So this is the marching band entrance, which is really cool. And you're right, Orton winning was like a surprise. Everyone assumed Cena was going to win the belt back.
And the end is great. It's like he rushes in with a punt and steals the pin. And like, even watching it live, I popped hard for it. I remember.
So it's funny because I had this IC ladder match at 4.25, which is higher than a lot of these. Like I had this at 375 when I watched I think we did it on War. Did we do this on War? No, we're doing it this season now, actually. Whatever. PTV was probably last time I watched it. But I don't know. Then I look at the list and what they mean in the matches. Like, I'd either have this below Austin Michaels or below Michaels Jericho.
I think we could put it below Michaels Jericho only from the perspective of Michaels Jericho, I think, had a better personal story behind it. Whereas this is I think this is a forgotten match for a reason. Like, I really like it, but I think that would knock it down just a little bit.
It does, like, if you had to knock it a little too, it's that lack of aura and importance for a Mania match of this magnitude, because it's just in the middle of the card almost. And you already said like the other matches that were kind of like Taker Edge closes the show. Shawn Flair is like the match you really remember, and Floyd and Mayweather and Big Show is like a massive draw on the show. So it's not even probably the fourth biggest, which puts it on par by with Jericho Shawn for 19 as well. Interestingly enough. Yeah. All right. What do we got next? All right, there we go. Same show. Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry, I love you. It's the I Quit match. Or not I Quit, career-ending match.
Yeah. Well, he did quit after. For a little while.
For Ric Flair. So I don't like. I've always been in a weird place of this match. Like I do think it's great. I've always been a little bit lower than consensus. I'm at like 4 stars. I do think that Michael's rib injury hurts it. With diving in the table so early, you can tell he's banged up and hurting throughout. It's also a foregone conclusion for the most part, like, which I do think hurts it as well. And even though they did a good job leading up to this with Flair kept winning the do or die matches, but then they put him in the Hall of Fame the night before. Like, you just knew, like, you knew he was done, right? So it was just like, how good will the match be was the question. And they did. They exceeded. It was really, really good with a very memorable finish. I've seen people put 5s on this, which I just think is too high.
Not that high.
On the list right now,
4.25. That's where I'm at.
I would have it probably below Michaels Austin on my list right now.
Michaels Austin. So ahead of Michaels Jericho, but
for sure
below Michaels Austin.
Yeah. I think it means more than Michaels Jericho. It's more historical than Michaels Jericho.
I agree.
I just think it's not as good as Michaels Austin from a historical, Tyson, all that. It means more as a performance. Although you could compare Flair and Michaels in their performances. Like Michaels was beat up and broken, and this one Flair's old, right? So
and broken. One of the things that I think doesn't get talked about enough in this match is that Flair tries to do so many things that he did in his youth and is just not able to. And it really flows nicely into the story of the match. So I think they did as well as they could with all the circumstances regarding this. And if he had stayed retired, this is probably the greatest retirement match of all time. Like, until maybe Cena, I guess, but who knows, right? But I'm happy with that placement. So above Michaels Jericho, below Michaels Austin.
Yeah, I think so for now. Looking at the list, I think one we'll have glaring in front of us is Austin Rock versus Austin Michaels right now. We'll see if anything slots in between them, but I keep my eyes keep going to that spot on the list.
And wondering if we should switch him. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see as we go.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, the hits keep on coming. My little balloon. So we got Bret Hart and Owen Hart, WrestleMania 10 opener.
Yeah.
Still probably the best opener of all time. I do think Triple H, Daniel Bryan, which we'll talk about next month, is a contender for that. And I'd have to look at some of the Money in the Banks. Like, I don't remember where they all slot. Like,
I don't think they touch this.
No. But, so probably still the best opener.
Yeah.
I have it at 5.
5, easy. Now, where do we place it? Because this is a tough one. Like, I don't feel comfortable putting it ahead of that, like, Hogan section.
No, I think it's the 5 with the least stakes. It's the 5.
Yeah,
it's 5 because it's a great match.
Yeah,
and
with a great story.
But when you look at the 5s we have,
they're epics.
So I would put this below the WrestleMania 20 triple threat.
I would have it ahead of the triple threat. That's where I would have it.
I just think that triple threat's still an epic of that era. Like, the Benoit moment is so big. That match is so fluid. It's Triple H finding his fastball at a time where he was coming off a tough 0-3. Right. And he dials it up and finds it. The crowd is manic. This is great, but this is just like a great, I don't want to call it exhibition because it's not, but this is a great worked match with a really fun finish. I just think the Benoit match, the drama means more. Like, Bret Hart fights again this night. like that Benoit match is all there is on that show. Like, that is everyone needed that.
The counterpoint is that, like, the storyline going into this is so much better. It's so much more personal. It does have stakes. It makes a main eventer in Owen Hart, at least as long as Bret's champion. It puts into doubt the result of the night with him losing earlier. And I think it should also get some credit for being this match at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 1994, we're not getting these type of matches all the time, right? Whereas when we get to 2004, like, it's not unusual for guys like that to have that level of match. Like, there's more of them kind of peppered throughout. So I think it probably needs some cred for that. Ultimately, I don't mind. Put it where you want, but, like, I think I don't want to
above for right now, but knowing we may shuffle it.
Sure.
Okay. Because we still got we just got some big ones still to come. So, like,
I know.
There's going to be a lot of movement in this top. It's interesting because I think the bottom half is going to be weird, but the top, like, 12 matches on this list may be the best we have of any.
Top five for sure.
Oh, the top 5 easy. But I think even we're going to have this and that WrestleMania 20 match, like, maybe toward the bottom of the top 10, which is nuts.
I know. It's crazy. March, man.
All right. This one, this is an interesting one. So it's Steve Austin and The Rock from WrestleMania 15. What does your gut tell you versus Austin Michaels?
It's higher. It's higher because it's the culmination of the Austin McMahon feud. Like, it's the culmination of, like, it's not as good a match. Well, maybe it's a bit better than that match, but it's him chasing. It's a hotter chase than Michaels was.
The only thing I would say is, like, Rock doesn't feel as big as Michaels did at 14 as a dominant heel champion, because he had not been, like, he was pretty weak as a world champion going into the show still. Like, he had the back and forth with Foley. Like, he was being propped up by the corporation. You also get the stupid finish with Foley, like, being in there. Like, I know it was part of the story, but, like, it was like, whatever. I felt he was like, Austin Michaels is a foregone conclusion. This was equally as much as one.
Yeah. I think
Michaels Austin feels like a grander match to me.
I think I might disagree, only from the perspective of he's not just fighting Rock here. Like he's fighting, like, Michaels, he's fighting to Generation X, and it's Michaels is a bigger star and more credible heel at that moment than The Rock is. But The Rock has Vince and there's that element of it. And that's what he's been pushing up against all year. The other thing that keeps going on in my head is It's stupid, but like, I feel like the 19 match should be below this match. Because like this match to me feels way more important than the 19.
Yeah.
I think this is the worst of their matches in terms of in-ring
quality. Is. Like I have 19 better.
Yeah. I think I have it a quarter star better. But now that we're talking it out and thinking about it, like to me, this match feels way more important than the 19 match.
See, I don't know, because to me, 19 is like a symbolic end of an era of these two gods on their final legs, like ending what was like the greatest chapter in the company history. This to me could have been anyone in the spot, and as long as it was against McMahon, it could have been Austin McMahon. I still think it could have even been Austin Foley or Foley Rock. Like you probably need Austin in there, but you know what I'm saying. But like even if it's Austin McMahon or Austin Foley, Austin Paul White, like I think Austin beating the corporation to ascend. I'm not trying to diminish where Rock was at this point. I just think he hadn't been super protected. He had lost 6 times since December in the world title. So it's like, you know, so
he hadn't been protected, but I just it feels like a more important win.
Maybe as a win, but I just think 19 feels like more of a like mega match, a Mania, grand Mania match, like because they're at their top of their powers at that point, you know.
Are they? I don't know. Are they at their top of their power?
Well, like, they're in their what they're ascending to Mount Olympus, right? Like this is their final fight.
To me, it's
argue like
top of their power is probably 17. That's top of their power.
Yeah, 17 is their peak. Yeah, and 19 is the end of the story. 15 is the beginning of the story, right? Like it's almost like comparing Hogan Savage in 85 to Hogan Savage at 5. You know what I mean? Like not as dramatic as that, but like,
no, I know what you mean.
If I can make one interjection from the producer, I think it should be below 19 because of this stupid sick T-shirt that Stone Cold wore to the ring. He's wearing his "I'm sick. I just drank a bunch of ginger ale and watched a lot of Price is Right," and he showed up to WrestleMania. So by look alone, on vibes, under 19.
However, it's the first show in a long time we get Rock out of his tracksuit. Okay, so.
That is true.
That's also true. He was trying to protect the titty at all costs.
Yeah. Look, if I was going to rank the 3 matches in like the 3, it would be 17-1, 19-2, 15-3. That's in terms of like quality. I have trouble getting past that shot of Austin with his foot on McMahon and his arms in the air and drinking a beer on, you know, like.
Let's do this for now. Let's go 19, 15, 14 for the moment. Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Because I do think these 3 are very similar and need to be
shuffled. They're the Hogan pile, except they're
So, but let's see if anything else gets shoved in the middle of them. You know. All right. What's next? All right. Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, WrestleMania 20. This is another match. Like I think it's a little lost to time. I think because Eddie is already coming as champion and didn't win here, I do think that gets diminished a little bit as a match. You think more of the aftermath with him and Benoit.
Yeah.
You think more of him and Brock in No Way Out, where he wins the title, right, is a bigger deal. Yeah. So to me,
you think of him fighting JBL.
Yes. Yeah. So this almost is like kind of lost in the sauce a little bit. It is a great match. You get the boot, right, with the fake out, and you know, he goes to put the ankle lock on, Eddie loosens the boot, and he schoolboys him for win. It kind of solidifies Eddie's being the 2 top guys of the era, and Brock and Kurt back to back. Yeah. So it's more of a star solidifier. I'm kind of relieved to have this match show up because I'm tired of arguing of the top. I think I would have this above Shawn Jericho, though.
Really? See, looking at it, I think it might be at the very bottom of our list.
You think below
the ladder match?
I don't know if it's below that Cena match. I think it's better than that.
Yeah, I agree. It's better than that. Maybe we need to move the ladder match ahead of the Cena match.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
I'm okay keeping Shawn Jericho above it. I mean, I'm not going to quibble that much.
No. It just sucks that it gets buried on that card. Like again, it's almost like it's very much like the triple threat we were talking about, because when you think of 20, you think of Benoit, the triple threat, you think of Rock and Sock, and then maybe this one.
Yeah.
So,
and even Jericho, Christian, Taker, Kane.
Yeah. Jericho Christian had more of a story than this did.
Yeah, this is just a great match. It's like a poor man's Bret Owen. It is just like a great match, with a little story to it, and it kind of makes Eddie, but he was already made. All right, what do we got?
Hey.
All right, same show, Rock and Sock Connection versus Evolution.
So to me, this is ahead of Eddie. For sure, it's ahead of Eddie and Kurt.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Although I like Kurt more than anybody in that match. I think maybe should it be ahead of Michaels Jericho?
Yes.
Ahead of Michaels Flair?
Probably not.
No. Okay. So that makes sense. One spot ahead of Michaels Jericho. This is just fun. It's just a fun 6-man. Oh no, it's a handicap match.
5-man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the rumor was Snuka was going to be in it. Remember?
Oh God.
Maybe I made that rumor up. I don't know.
You know what would have been the best is if they got Austin to come back for this. This would be an ideal spot.
But you get Rock and Flair, which is like really cool, like a mini match in there. It starts the ascent of really solidifying Orton as a star. Foley kind of gets his Mania moment. He get the bigger one a couple years later, but for now, he had not had like a big one. This is a big one. You get the awesome promo backstage in the Evolution promo on the stairs, and then you get Rock, Rock and Sock that promo. Rock comes out into the crowd and everything. This also felt like the end of an era, Rock. Like by the time he comes back in 2011, he's kind of bigger and he's like a movie star.
He's not the same person anymore.
Yeah, this felt like the end of like the old Rock. And it's a nice payoff to Rock and Sock. They were such an up and down relationship.
Did he have the goatee here? He had the goatee.
Yeah, the goatee. Right?
Yeah. That was never. It always looked weird on him when he was small, I find.
Yeah. But it is a lot of fun, and it's Batista. He's on the learning tree. They work well together, the three of them. So I think
it's good. It's great.
I think where it is makes sense. I think that's a good spot for it because it's like kind of sneaky historic.
Yeah. Next. Oh, Brock Kurt. So this one, Brock Kurt from 19. So this one feels like way better technically than you remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a fantastic match. Like I think I have it at 4.5 if I'm not mistaken. In terms
I might have been, I'm 4.5. I'm probably it's close to 4 3/4 for me. I'll say that.
Yeah, but I don't view the importance of it anymore. And I think it's because of the loss of Brock during that period. Because within a year, he's gone, right?
Yeah.
The botch never bothered me. Like with the because if you're trying something that high difficulty, I'm okay.
Right. The level is so high. I mean, it's crazy. You could argue you just shouldn't have tried it in that spot, especially being so tired. But I get why they tried it.
But I find it adds to the match. Like it's because they just keep going crazier and crazier, right? And
it's such a mythical spot. Like you had always heard about it that he did it in OVW and he could do it. Like it was always rumored, for the couple of years he was around that this is something he could do.
So much so that when he climbed the rope, everyone was like ready for it.
Yeah.
Right. This is a hard placement though, because I don't think it should be ahead of that little Steve Austin package.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's kind of like Eddie Kurt in a way.
Yeah. It's better.
It's also sneaky, like you don't think about it. It's like the same as 18 and 25, where the bigger matches, but it does get overshadowed a bit by Hogan McMahon coming before it. Now this is better than like Triple H Jericho and other match. Like obviously, like is better than those by quite a bit. It was at the time a change of guard, and even Brock leaving, it still felt like a change in style. And again, I felt like the Attitude Era ended with Austin Rock, and this was meant to be like a new mat-based amateur style was going to take over the main event style, right? Kind of away from the brawling. I think Brock already having been champion does hurt it a little bit too. Like it's not his true ascension to a world title. He had held it.
Crowning. It's his crowning because at this point, it's kind of gone away in the past. But I would say definitely up at this point. Anybody who left Mania as a face as world champion, that's how they crowned. So like it was like Rock was actually like never really crowned.
No, but if Austin had like one at Final Four and then one beat Michaels at 14, to me it's not this. I know he's ascending.
No, it wouldn't have meant that. You're right.
Or like if Warrior had won the world title for like 3 months in 1989 and then won the ultimate. Like, so to me, Brock had already been champion for 3 months and he only lost it to win it back here.
Yeah.
So again,
he lost it because he got hurt, right?
Yeah, I think they were always going to have him lose and win it back here. I think.
Yeah,
because
they dropped. Because it was always like he got hurt by the Big Show, right? Like at a house show. And
maybe not then. Maybe he wasn't gonna. Yeah. I don't know. There were rumors too that Angle was too hurt. It was gonna be Benoit. I remember.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that too.
And that's also that movie like adds to the lore of a lot of these matches. Like knowing how bad Angle's neck is, like we should put that on the same level as Shawn at 14, probably.
Yeah.
As we talk about this.
This is a better match than the match at Shawn at 14. I think it's substantially better. It's nowhere near as important though. Like that's the trade-off with this match, right?
So right now, where Tim has it is below Austin Rock. I think I'd put it above that, but just for now. I want to kind of leave those 3 Austin matches together and see where we shift around when we get there. You good with that?
I don't mind, but I would have Brock and Angle below all of them.
Okay, that's fine.
Like ahead of Flair Michaels, but we can leave it on top for now. But that's
you should have given that B- to Bobby Roode, and we'd be a little more open to it.
he sucked.
All right, what's next? The boyhood dream has come true for Shawn Michaels. Now, I'll talk about this briefly. I know I'm substantially higher than you. I'm 4.25. I mentioned you wore
3.25.
Yeah, you are definitely lower. I mentioned on War. I don't know if that's dropped yet. It might have already dropped. I think by the time this drops. So either way, if it's not out yet, we'll be talking about it quite a bit. I'm just trying to look at our schedule really quick on all the shit's airing. Yeah, I think War's already dropped by the time this is. So anyway, it holds up to me still 4.25. I think it's really well worked. I think it's a victim of its own hype. But I also think as a result, it's become underappreciated because everyone turned on it so much. To where it's like overlooked what they did in that match and how hard they worked and the way to put it together. I think the booking choice is the problem more than the work itself. And I just think they take it in chunks. It works in segments. The super kick to the timekeeper, the finish is super memorable. The moment is memorable. The zip line, the boyhood dream. Like, I just think it's a really strong main event to an interesting Mania. Now, that said, this month is super stacked, so I don't anticipate it going very high. Like WWE would have you believe it should be at the top, right? I think, again, on paper, like, it's above the 2 Austin matches at 14, 15, but would not argue to put it there. I do think it's above Rock and Sock because it just means more. Flair and Shawn, we can debate.
I agree. Well, I mean, I don't agree with the match grading, but again, for all the reasons you mentioned, my problem with the match is the match. I don't enjoy the work in the match, and there's a lot of reasons for it. I'm sure I've explained it at some point, but a lot of it has to do with a lot of what happened earlier in the match, not factoring in towards the end. Bret Hart ignoring a lot of the arm work that Shawn did, blah, 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 blah. And I just think there's sections of it that are just boring. But I agree that it's important. I'm okay with where you put it, like ahead of Flair Michaels, below all the Austin stuff.
Yeah, I think it means more than Flair Michaels. Like,
look,
historically,
I'd have it below everything.
Right.
Like if you want to ask me to watch something now, it's one of the last things I'd pick. Right. So I don't know if that matters or not, but like it's of all the matches we've talked about tonight, it's far and away the one.
Well, we watched it, right? I think we did it on No Holds Barred when we did our world title changes. I think we live watched it. I think we may have.
We may have, yeah. I didn't mean it doesn't mean I wanted to.
No. I know. I'm just saying, like because you probably talked about it somewhere. I think we did. I think we talked about it on here.
I know, back in the archive. For sure. Yeah.
All right. I think it's fine there. It's, again, I think the history in the moment carries the weight. You could argue it versus Flair and Shawn because of the moment, but I think it's a cut above that bottom tier right now. Because if you look at that bottom tier, it's like matches that don't really hold the test of time, and even in the moment, didn't mean as much in the moment either.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right. Next up,
Bobby Roode is a C. It's a D.
All right. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker from WrestleMania 26. This is the street career. We're not going to get the other one. That'll be next month, thankfully.
Yeah. That might win.
We're maxed out. This one I've always liked, but I'm definitely lower than the year before. I think I'm more like a 4.5, I want to say, on it.
I know I'm 4 3/4 usually on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Oh no, I'm 4 3/4 as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like. It's got to be around Brock and Kurt. You have to factor in Michael's career ending, which this was also a foregone conclusion match to a certain degree. Like,
yeah, I would have it below. I'd have it where Tim put it, which is below the triple threat from 20. Just based on my grades, right? I kind of have all my 5s, and then this is like the best of
yeah.
Yes, you get the end of an era with Sean. You get the rematch. It closes the show. They do it 2 years in a row. It's a great match. Yeah, I like I'd have it above Brock and Kurt.
Yes, I would have it above Brock and Kurt too. My thing I'm going to keep going back to, and we might sort out later, is I don't think it. If we're talking greatest, not just match itself, like I think it needs to be below the Austin matches.
Right. All right.
With Brock and Kurt.
We know we get the Austin matches to dissect as we go. So
yeah.
All right. What do we got next? Money in the Bank, WrestleMania 24. So, a lot of these become interchangeable after a while. This one is Kennedy, Jericho, Morrison, Punk, Benjamin, MVP, Carlito. I have it at 4. You had it 375. Punk, it's the first of the 2 Punk wins. I think it's on the lower end of the Money in the Bank of that era where they were at every Mania.
I'd have the ladder match at 31 ahead of it.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's more memorable, but probably ahead of the triple threat. I think that's actually fair.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Nothing jumps out at me. Is this MVP and Hardy, or is that the next year? Where Hardy comes back from the injury?
I think it's this year.
Did I say MVP in the match? Yeah, he's in the match.
Yeah, he's there.
So that's a memorable moment. That's cool.
Punk winning was unsuspected. Like, we didn't expect Punk to win.
Right. Yeah, that was cool too.
It's good. It's very good, but
right. I think the 26, and it's not even on our list, so that tells you, like, the 26 Money in the Bank is the worst of the Mania Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
But this may be close.
Yeah, I remember 2000. I like 2009 more than this one. I don't remember 2007 where Kennedy wins though. That's the one.
That was a good one. That was good. The first 2 to me are the best 2, which is WrestleMania 21 and 22. Those are the best 2. And then I'd probably go like 23, 25 are both good. Then this, and then 26 was the worst.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, the ladder match at WrestleMania 10. God damn. All right. Let's just start with this. This versus Brett and Owen.
I think this is more important than Brett and Owen, and I think it's better than Brett and Owen.
Yep. Okay. I agree there.
Yeah.
We're double 5s on this.
I
don't think I put it above the 4 above it, which is Bret Austin, Hogan Andre, Rock Hogan, Rock Vince.
Look, I could be talked into it probably if you want to talk about how it invented the ladder match, if it this and that, but no, the Hogan matches are just too mythic and too big.
Yeah. All the 4 above it are the Battle of the Gods. Like, this is, to me, is the best of the regular WrestleMania matches so far.
The regular human beings.
Yeah, like, those 4 are just iconic matches.
Yeah.
Like, they're Mania lore. And I know Hogan Vince isn't always lumped in that group, but to me it is. Like,
right.
And if you look at this run of matches so far, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 matches where we're both a 5. We got 1 more to go. But then even the other ones, like I'm a 5, you're a 4.75 on Vince Hogan. We're both double 4.75s on Sean Taker, and we're 5.4, and I'm essentially a 5 on Hogan Andre, just number wise not. So like, it's pretty great. We essentially have 7 double 5s and then 1 right below it. So loaded month. All right, next up, Floyd Mayweather and the Big Show.
So this is the best celebrity match of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe not anymore with Bad Bunny and stuff, but
yeah, it depends if like you still consider, like, Logan Paul's obviously not a celebrity anymore, but it depends your level of celebrity match. I mean, athleticism's changed and been different. Like, yes, of the old era, I would say this, eclipse LT and whatever else.
And it's legit great too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's legit great. I love the big man story. Like this is the perfect picture that Tim picked, but like the big man, little man, like it's really great. I don't know. Guts around probably Rock and Sock. Like it feels like the same kind of match. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. One of the interesting parts is how they had to change the whole booking of it. Because Mayweather is just such a natural heel, right? They tried to make him a face and they had to kind of twirl it around. But then some of the booking in the match still stays to like Big Show kind of being the heel, you know. So it's like kind of weird the way it twists, but it's still great. The crowd's all in on it. You know, it's believable because the Mayweather's punching. Big Show looks awesome. He had just come back, you know, in good shape. I think it's probably above Rock and Sock because I think it means more to the history of Mania.
I would agree.
I wouldn't have it above Austin Sean.
Would you have it ahead of the Iron Man?
No.
And I would, but I know. Would you have it ahead of Flair Michaels?
I'd be fine with it ahead of Flair Michaels, but that's because I'm not as in love with Flair Michaels.
No, let's put it ahead of Flair Michaels. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think on that night it was bigger.
Yep, I agree. And you're expecting two different things from the matches too, right?
Oh my god, my head just blurred. I saw the next two. All right, let's get into it. Ricky Steamboat, Macho Man Randy Savage. Okay, you're gonna get your Bennett's, your Criscolos. They're gonna be thumping the chest, banging the table. This is number one.
Wow.
I just don't have a number one, and I'm not gonna do it again. I did it on PCB years ago when we rebooted these. I was at like 4.5 or whatever on it. I just to me, I don't care. You can tell me you're in the moment. What a man is like. I just don't have that attachment to it. I think the finish is stupid. I'm sorry with Steel. It's like to me, it's like a worse version of Brett Owen. It's like it's a little choreographed, exhibition-y. I get the story, and Macho Man's my favorite of all time. So like, I feel dirty saying it. I just like other Savage matches better. I'm not going to deny the pacing of the time was different. It was so unique. I just think Hogan Andre overshadows it on that night. And for years, you always heard Savage Steamboat being the match of the night.
That's history. Like nobody left that show thinking, oh, you know, Savage and Steamboat was the. Well, now somebody's going to write that they did, but you get the idea. People left that show thinking, oh my God, Hogan slammed Andre. Like, that was the feeling leaving that show. So I am at 5 on it. I love the hate. There's a lot of hate in the match. I love how fast the match is. It's still one of the fastest matches you can watch.
See, I don't think there's enough hate for what that storyline was. And I know the whole goal with Steamboat was trying to take the IC belt, and that was his punishment of Savage. So I get it.
Yeah.
But actually, that was one of my issues, I think, when we talked about it. PCB was like, for the storyline of Savage basically trying to murder this guy by destroying his throat, like, it's a little too pure of a match, you know, like it's not as gritty and hateful as you would want it to be. And again, like I know Steel is such a big part of the Savage story to this point. I just can't get past him. Like if he just interfered and didn't cause the finish directly, I'd be okay with it. Or if he smacked Savage after the match and carried Liz off, whatever. Like, but for him to directly help Steamboat win, to me, again, takes a little bit away from it. So not only did this man not come out a house of fire to like murder this guy that destroyed his throat where he couldn't breathe, couldn't talk, he also lets his big hairy friend steal his moment.
Look, him not coming out like a house of fire was set up in the promos before, where he talked about needing to control and this and like it. Look, I think that's a preference, right? Like he accomplished his mission. I'm not going to convince you. I think it's fantastic. Where do you want to put it?
So below the WrestleMania 31 ladder match. No,
come on.
To me, it's below the WrestleMania 10 matches. I just think they're both better.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They both mean more.
Yes, I would have it kind of where Tim has put it on the list already, which is ahead of the triple threat, below the WrestleMania 10.
I'm only going to put it ahead of the triple threat because I don't feel like hearing people cry about it. But I think I personally would have the triple threat higher because I think it's a little bit better match and a bigger moment. But I'm not going to argue with that much. 3 is a bigger show. It's remembered more. It's Savage. I'm fine with it. but
nobody's gonna cry at you. Don't worry.
Oh, they'll be crying. I could see an argument over Brett and Owen. I would not put it over Razor Sean. I'll put it that way.
No, I
if
agree.
Someone wanted to come at me and try and I know you're not gonna, but if someone wanted to argue over Brett and Owen, I could see it.
Yeah, I could see it too, because it is kind of the precursor, if you want to look at it that way. But I think Brett and Owen's a better.
And Ryan and I had it at 12 all time on the Mania match lists, and we had Razor Sean at 9, Brett Owen at 10.
Yeah, so we're in the same ballpark anyway.
Yeah. All right, get ready, buckle up. You knew it was coming. Ultimate Warrior, Macho King, Randy Savage, WrestleMania 7. So here's all my lists. On our Ryan and I ranked every Mania match ever. We had it number 2 behind Austin Hart. On my GWE list, greatest WWE matches ever list, I had it number 2 behind Bret Hart and Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a perfect match. The storytelling, the grandeur, the commentary, the moment, the crowd, just everything about it is beautiful. I would still have it number 2 behind Bret Hart and Steve Austin, above Hogan and Andre, above Rock and Hogan, to me.
What if we took Brett and Austin and put it below this match and put it below Hogan Andre?
No, I won't hear it.
Why?
I think Brett Austin is the greatest match that they've ever had. And from storytelling, when you look at everything, work rate, crowd engagement, storytelling, era blending, passing of the torch, star making on a moribund card at a time where they desperately needed a new star. Steve Austin was made. Hulk Hogan was already a star. I don't care. Sure. He could have slammed Hogan in the dungeon. He could have slammed him at some house show. Like, it didn't matter. Like, he could have fought Paul Orndorff there, and WrestleMania 3 would have still been a huge deal. And I'm not trying to diminish the match, but it still would have been. Hogan was still the guy already to me.
Yeah.
Warrior Savage's core doesn't mean a lot historically. Savage is back within months.
Yeah.
Right? Warrior's gone
within months.
Bret Austin launches Austin to be the guy. It starts the Bret Hart heel turn, which rejuvenates his career at a time where he desperately needed it. I think we talk about Rumble 92 with Bobby Heenan. This to me is Vince McMahon's, magnum opus as an announcer. Like, I think he is phenomenal in this match.
He's
with
very
the story he tells, with the double turn. Ken Shamrock, like, his gravitas as the Ultimate Fighting Champion being involved. You needed his presence in that ring. The blood from a stone, the visual is only second to maybe the slam, but even then, I don't know. But Austin pushing up with the blood coming down his face is like one of the most iconic scenes in WWF history. And it's not like
as iconic as the slam, but yes.
And it's not like Austin's other stuff where, like, he's still, like, he won the King of the Ring, but he's still, like, he is balls to the wall from here as the guy. So no, I just think it's the perfectly told storyline, match, moment, crowd, like all of it. And it has the moment. It's got the blood, the sharpshooter blood. So it's not like it's lacking that all-time moment of blood. If you want to put Warrior Savage below Hogan Andre, I'm okay with it.
No,
but
I don't think
Austin is our number.
I don't think Hogan Savage. I don't think Warrior Savage should go below Hogan and Andre. I that's one of the matches I believe I have ahead of it. Like, when I'm ranking my matches, I'm trying to think in terms of, like, I don't know why I'm throwing the idea out. Maybe to be different.
I don't think we're even splitting hairs. I just think it's better. Like, I just think it's
look. I have it ranked higher on every list I've ever done. Right? Like, I'm just curious. Yeah. I've only ever ranked one match higher, and it was Punk Cena from 11.
Right.
But what does I guess in totality that makes sense in terms of all of it.
The only thing you say Hogan Andre has is, like, to me, the building, like the atmosphere of the 93,000 and the Silver Dome.
Wow, there's a lot more to it than that. But, like,
no, I'm saying over Hard Austin. I think the work in Hard Austin's better. I think the big spot is just as like big. And again, I think it does more for Austin than it did for Hogan. Like, I don't think if this never happens, you lose an iconic moment, but I don't think it affects Hogan's trajectory in any way.
I think if this doesn't happen, wrestling isn't as big. Like, I think it really helped add to that build. But it's funny because in the scenario, this match would be number one, like at the time, because to me, this match is actually perfect. Like it hits all of the it hits all the emotional moments. It hits all it's well worked. Like I don't think this one goes up in spite of work at all. Like I think the work is fantastic in it. It's two iconic God characters fighting. So it's like, that's why I have trouble separating this one from Hogan and Andre. Like I actually have trouble separating them with distance on a list. Like whenever I did my list, I think this one
was sneaky similar to Bret Austin in that it's in the middle of the card.
Yes.
It's not the biggest match on the card. But so like it's interesting when you compare the two, right? But they both end up being the best match of the show easily. And obviously, probably the two best or two of the top three in company history. So
yeah. So how do you feel about this ahead of Bret Austin?
No.
Not even, eh? Because
it's close. It's close. Look, it's close. It's very close. But I've debated this a lot on these shows, and I've always just come back to Hart Austin being the best.
Yeah.
What's up, Tim? Can I hear why you have Bret, like, aside from Blood from a Stone and really Blood from a Stone?
No, I think the work through the whole match is phenomenal. The weapon shots.
But so is this.
Yeah, I mean, it's splitting hairs. I'm not saying it's dramatically better, but like, I just think when you factor in also the importance to it, it's like above and beyond it. Like, I just think it launches Austin into being a star. Like him coming out the next night after that match is like what starts his whole trajectory. Whereas Warrior Savage is like end of an era more to me. Like Warrior's gone in 3 months, 4 months, whatever.
You know what this match is very analogous to, and it's a match we've talked about on this list already, is Kurt Brock from 19. Because of what after that match, with Brock leaving at 20, Angle not necessarily being much longer for this world, you have it. There's a possibility you may have it lower down.
Still alive
for this,
but it's not low. Like I in my greatest matches ever in the company history, not just in WrestleMania, the greatest ever matches list, I had it number 2. So like I'm not low on it it's my second greatest WWF match of all time, of all the matches. It's number 2. Like, so I'm not low on it. Like I don't have it low. I just think Bret Austin historically, I just think is better in the ring, and I think it means more. I think like even if we don't have the hindsight on that night, like Warrior was already a made man. And even if Savage retires there, like nothing changes. Like him coming back doesn't diminish it per se. Like, but to me, Austin without that match, I don't know. Like he gets there, but like that moment to me is like makes Steve Austin. Like that makes him, and it starts the Hart Foundation story, which continues to make Austin into a megastar.
It's fair enough.
I mean, again, I can see the case. Like I'm not against it. I would have them both.
Apparently you are.
I'm just telling you my side. But if someone came to me and said they have this as the best match in history, I'm not going to fucking argue it. I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's worth exploring. It was definitely worth exploring no matter what. Because like Warrior Savage makes me feel way more than this match does. And sometimes I put a bit of a premium on that like a wrestling match that can draw out the emotions. And it's not
and with this match, you get the Savage Liz, like, right, the closing of their story, which had been going since Savage arrived. Like, there's a lot of history wrapped up in it as well. Like,
you kind of have, it's funny because they both have a double turn in it.
Yeah.
Not a double turn, yeah.
We're really splitting hair. I mean, it's really splitting hairs. It's like, to me, they're clear 1A, 1B. Like, I think Hogan, Andre, and the Hogan matches are like great. But to me, these are like the top 2. Not only for this month, but for the whole company.
That's funny.
which makes this month crazy that it's got two. To me, the two greatest matches.
Right.
And I'm curious, like, you know, what even number 3, which I think we'll get to next month. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, it is what it is. I don't feel like arguing until 1 a.m. So, like, I think it's worth exploring. I think it's probably closer than you think.
I mean, I'm not debating it's not close. Like,
yeah.
I just think the Hart Austin. I just think when you look at the intangible aspect of it, when it really comes down to it, I just think the match is better. So, like, I think everything else is equal. I just think the match is better. Like, I just think Hart Austin is a better in-ring match, but all the intangibles are the same.
I disagree. I don't think it's a better in-ring match. Like, I don't. I think it's different. It's very different, but like, no. But okay, let's just leave it 1. Doesn't matter.
Well, we still got 2 more matches to go, I believe. So we had our main course. Now we have a dessert.
Oh, this is
Burn It Down. WrestleMania 31.
God, this one's amazing too.
I know, Brock and Reigns with Rollins cashing in. So I have this at I think 5 or 4 3/4. It's 4 3/4. I think it's my highest 4 3/4. Like, looking at me and Ryan's list, we had it at 13.
Yeah.
Which is right below Savage Steamboat, and above WrestleMania 20. I think it depends on, like, I think it means more to the modern era than 20 does to its era.
I'm good with that placement.
Like, I think it, you know, it sets Rollins up as the guy, for better or worse, for the next decade.
But it's a great match too. Like, Brock.
Oh, the match is awesome, and Reigns needed it. Like, because everyone was, you know, stuck on Daniel Bryan, right? Everyone was stuck on not being Reigns. Reigns, like, needed that fucking match. Like, he needed that to be like a classic. And then the cash in is probably one of the greatest WrestleMania moments of all time.
Right.
And probably the greatest cash in of all time.
Still.
So I
think I could probably be convinced to put it ahead of Savage Steamboat.
I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah. But I don't think it goes higher.
You know, you wouldn't have to go above Bret and Owen?
No, I don't think so. I think Bret Owen is a pretty perfect match. And yeah.
Okay. I'm going to move on before you just change your mind. Savage Steamboat.
No, Savage. I'm not a big Savage Steamboat guy. Like, you know, like, of all the 5-star matches I have, it's near the bottom of them. Like, I love it, but you're not going to get that argument from me.
And right where we kind of said earlier, like, look at that WrestleMania 20 main event on 10th on our list. Like, crazy. Like, a lot of months, that's top 2 or 3.
Yeah.
All right, last match. Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Fastlane 2021. I'll let you tell me about this one. I don't have much memory of it.
I don't remember it at all. I rated it 4 stars. Let's put it 25th.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Thunderdome. That's where it belongs. I do like their Fastlane match in 2015.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. All right. All right, look at this list quick. Tim, should we put it up? I guess we should put it up.
Yeah. Then I don't have to flip between tabs anymore.
All right. So I think we're pretty in agreement on, like, the bottom 10 for sure. Like, I think the Iron Man down, like, we're pretty set.
Right.
So that would be 15 to 25.
Okay. Sorry, I just can't see those. So
that's right. I think Tim's working on the layout here. There we go. We can do that. All right. So I think 15 to 25, like, we're good. I would say that's the Iron Man to the bottom. So now we kind of have our group of Austin matches that we were debating a lot. Like, we got Austin Rock, Austin Michaels. Right. And then we kind of got that Brock, Kurt lingering. And then I think after that is kind of our, you know, that top 10 is our top 10, right? So, but do you feel that the Austin matches should go above anything? Should they be any higher than Brock, Kurt?
I think because of what this project is and what some of the matches are at the top, I think it should go ahead of that.
Okay.
Because all 3 of them, I think it should be ahead of both of them. like in terms of greatest match. Like it's I think both those matches are superior in ring to any of the Austin matches that we just saw, but I just feel like those matches are so quintessential to Austin and to the build and to the business, whereas Brock and Kurt, while important in terms of change of style, and Taker Michaels in terms of Michaels retiring, they're big. They're not anywhere near as important.
Okay. So Michaels Taker should come down below the Austin matches as well. What about WrestleMania 20?
Well, I think, that it's really important. I think you put a lot of importance on that era. And I'm not, and also you were there. And again, I'm not saying you're overrating it or anything because of that, but I don't view that era as nearly as important as the Austin Rock era, like at all. So to me, like it should be below them because they're more important and bigger matches.
Below all three?
And I'm going to say something crazy. Oddly enough, I think 19 should be, that'd be the one that I'm not sure it should be below. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not that I'm not big on 19.
I get behind Austin Shawn. I struggle with 15.
Okay.
Because I just don't think the match is as good. Like, it's good, but I just think it's like, I don't know. Like, I think it's about the same in ring as Michaels Austin. I just think Michaels Austin means more and is more memorable and exciting.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. I think I would agree. For me, that 19 being the top of those three is the one that's tricky for me.
So I think I'd be okay going 14, then 20.
Yeah.
And then you pick the other two. I don't care as much. 15 versus 19. If you want to have 15 higher, I don't care. But I think 20 is above.
How about we do this? We both have 19 ranked higher, like star rating. Let's just leave it that way. So we'll leave 19.
But you want to move Austin Michaels above the triple threat, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Now, do we move it above Savage and Steamboat?
I mean,
probably not.
No, probably not.
No, probably not.
Okay, so let's say I think Savage Steamboat's good where it's at.
Yeah.
I think the Reigns match is good where it's at.
Yeah.
I think our 2 5s that are below that 31 match makes sense. And then everything above it is pretty much double 5s to the top.
Yeah.
I think Bret Owen is the worst of the 5s, so I think that's okay.
Okay.
And I think Razor Shawn, I think those two should stay paired together. They feel like the bottom two.
Yep.
Do you feel like Reigns should go above them or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think those matches are also just too important. Like the ladder match is so important. Like,
yep, I'm okay with that. All right, so then that brings us to our big, kind of big 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'm looking at it, I think we kind of have it. We can debate the top 2 again if you want, but like I think
it's just funny because like when you look at it like that, like I'm not debating that Bret and Austin isn't the best match. Okay, like I've always rated it higher. But like when you look at it like this, it doesn't look like it belongs. Like it's like you got all these God matches and then you have the workers.
But that is like a God match too of that era. Like Austin is the biggest star or the second biggest star in history, and this starts the run. Like Hogan Andre again, like it's important to the Hogan lore, but I still think the company and Hogan are just as well off. Whereas I think they would have needed Austin. Like they really needed.
I agree. I agree. There's something about it I just don't like. I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's because it tops every list, and it might be that. But it just it doesn't look like it doesn't look right. like it really doesn't look right. Like
do you feel the 3 Hogan matches are in the proper order?
Yeah. I think this is what the order is going to be. Yes, the Hogan matches in a proper order, 100%.
Okay. Would you move any of them above Warrior Savage?
No, I wouldn't.
So in your perfect world, you're moving Bret Austin to 3?
I'm probably moving it to like 5.
No, it's not going below those. It's not going below. To me, it can't go below Rock Hogan. Like Rock Hogan is a great match, but it really means nothing. That is like a match that means if that never happens in history, it means nothing.
I agree, but it just looks weird. All these gods and these two on top.
It's just that good. But it's not just a great match. Like the story, I don't know if they've ever told a better story in a match than they do in that match.
Yeah, WrestleMania 7, Ultimate Warrior Randy Savage.
I mean, it's a little hokey. I love it.
Savage goes through his entire career in that match.
I know.
He tries to
Warrior also talks to his hands and walks away. Like, I mean, there's some weird shit in there too. Like, I just think Hart Austin's like perfect. I just think it's perfect as it gets. Like,
it is perfect. I don't even know.
When that glass breaking on the entrance.
Bret Hart middle fingering a fan.
The blood in the ring. The bell to the head. The choking with the fucking cable.
Sherry stomping on him. Elizabeth coming through the crowd.
They're both great. That's why they're 1 and 2.
Savage looking at the crowd and then opening the ropes for Elizabeth for the first time ever.
That's why they're 1-2.
My heart.
That's why they're 1-2. That's why they're 1-2.
Bobby Heenan on commentary. Oh, no.
Right. Bobby's great. Vince is great.
Let's do it like this.
That's why they're the top 2. That's why they're the top 2.
An hour and a half. Let's just leave it.
It's split. Let us know in the comments. It's like, how would you rank these top? I mean,
this is obviously what it is. I just hate that it's a given. Like, and
I think we pushed it as far as we can as a limit, though, to that game.
Yeah, I know. Maybe, but I have a match ahead of it. So what do I know? Are we going through the list?
Yeah. And I do think it's going to be hard pressed to find another, like April's got a shot, right? Because of the other Mania stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's got 2 heavy hitters at least, but it's,
yeah.
In April, you're going to get some Backlash stuff too. Like there is some great Backlash matches, but I don't know if any month is going to top this for like, when you look at the aggregate rating. Again, it drops off at the end pretty quick, but man, that top 12 or so was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Number 25, Fastlane 2021, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan.
Number 24, WrestleMania 24, Randy Orton versus Triple H versus John Cena.
Number 3 is Money in the Bank from WrestleMania 24 as well.
Number 22, WrestleMania 31, the 50,000 man ladder match that Daniel Bryan won.
Number 21 is WrestleMania 20, Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle.
Number 20, WrestleMania 19, Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho.
Number 19, also from WrestleMania 20, is the Rock and Sock Connection versus Evolution.
Number 18, WrestleMania 24, Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels. I love you. Goodbye.
Number 17, Floyd Mayweather versus The Big Show from WrestleMania 24.
Number 16, the Iron Man match from WrestleMania 12.
Number 15, WrestleMania 19, Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle.
Number 14, Shawn Michaels Undertaker, WrestleMania 26.
Crazy, but I mean,
I know.
Again, look what's above it. WrestleMania 15 comes in at number 13, and then it's Steve Austin versus The Rock.
In 12th position, WrestleMania 19, Steve Austin against The Rock.
Number 11 is from WrestleMania 20, Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, Triple H for the world title.
Outside the top 10. Number 10
is... argue, though, it's for the weaker title, if you're really trying to nitpick that one, too.
Well, not at the time, though. Like, not at the time. Yeah. Number 10, Steve Austin versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 14. But if you remember, that was finishing high on our title change project, too.
It finished very high. Yeah, we were high on it, I think, aggregate-wise. Number 9 is WrestleMania 3, Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat. Some would say that's a little high.
Number 8, WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins.
Number 7, WrestleMania 10, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart.
Number 6, the other WrestleMania 10 match, Randy Savage versus Crush. Ladder match.
All right. Number 5, we have WrestleMania 19, Hulk Hogan versus Mr. McMahon.
Yes. Number 4, WrestleMania 18, The Rock versus Hollywood Hogan.
Number 3 from WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant.
And number 2, Bret Hart versus Steve Austin.
Ultimate Ronnie Garvin over here. Your winner.
He doesn't know where he's coming or going. Number 2 is WrestleMania 7, Warrior Randy Savage.
And number 1, WrestleMania 13, Bret Hart, Steve Austin. Look, I wish those were separate months so that they could both finish number 1. Like, I wish one of them was in April.
Here's the coward. That's all
the
that
two
is.
matches that are probably going to be at top of April, I don't feel as high as like these. Like,
no,
I would have probably at least 4 or 5 matches on this list ahead of like the ones that are going to be number 1 in April. But
definitely the first 4.
Yeah,
for me, like maybe even the first 5.
So, all right. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed this. We'll be back in a month with this project. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the No Holds Barred, though. Check out everything in North South Connection, all the WrestleMania content coming at you. Appreciate it. Thank you, producer, not the 2-man Tim Taylor, for helping us out. Everyone take care. Dookie's been dropped. Talk to you in a couple weeks.
See you, jockass.